Hey everybody, thanks for joining me in yoga practice today. Happy Friday, happy end of the week. Hope you have a lot of great plans, a lot of fun planned for this weekend. Before we get there, and just to de-stress and kind of ground ourselves from the week, I'm going to do a little practice with you today. All my poses or suggestions, make sure that you listen to your own body and you do what feels right for you. You don't have to look like me, you don't have to breathe with me. I'm just here to help guide some movement and some breath work into your practice today. So I do recommend that you find a comfortable position to start in. Maybe we start lying down on our backs. Take a second just to feel the ground beneath you. Notice your breathing, don't change it, and maybe shut down your eyes. Relax your jaw. Feel the weight of your head on your mat. Feel the weight of your shoulders, your sit bones, and your heels. All connect with the mat. Trying to bring yourself present here today. Trying not to let anything that doesn't serve you for the next 60 minutes into your mind or into the room. This is just for you. Sharing a little practice of unity today. Unity of the breath, the mind, and the body. And that's what we're going to focus on in our self-care practice today. Together, let's take 2 cleansing breaths. Let's take a big belly breath in through the nose. Let it out through the lips. Feeling yourself get heavier with each exhale. Take a few more on your own at your own pace with your own breath. On the inhales, sending gratitude to yourself for showing up on the mat today. On the exhales, finding that relaxation, that de-stressor by letting any negativity that you're thinking go. We find a little movement in the body, maybe the fingers or the toes. Maybe crack out the wrists or the ankles. Point and flex of the feet. When we bring the arms all the way overhead, come to a full body stretch. So let's tighten every muscle, hug your ears with your arms, point the toes. Take a big breath in. On the exhale, let it go. Good, we walk the feet to the center of the mat. Take a gentle hug in with the knees. Just that first engagement of your lower back, stretching it out a little bit. Maybe finding some rocks side to side if that feels good. And then we open up the knees with the hands. Take a second here to let the knees sink in towards the armpits, opening up the hips. Option for those same rocks if that felt good for you. We find some gentle circles. So circle the knees out away from each other and then in towards each other. Making them as big or as small as you need to. And then find the opposite direction. Open the knees up wide towards the armpits. You can stay here, or you can take your modified happy baby. So those hands can come to your shins, or you can find the bottoms of your feet. Just make sure you're pushing your feet up to the sky so your lower back stays connected with the mat. It's a little early for a hip opener, so listen to your own body here. Maybe finding some slight movement side to side. Without flinging the feet, release them. Hug the right knee into the chest. Send the left leg all the way up to the sky. Stretch it out. Maybe some circles with the ankle here. That left foot's going to drop down. We're going to cross the right leg over the left. Arms fall to a cactus or a T. And then just let the knees fall towards the left. Maybe gaze comes over the right shoulder. Taking your time here, letting gravity pull your knee down. Sending each exhale to the area where you feel the stretch to relax it. Try not to hold your breath. With the core and the breath, we raise the knees up. Hug the knees back in, hands to the knees, open them up to the armpits. Returning back to our modified happy baby, you can stay here, or you can find the bottoms of your feet again. Staying still, finding movement, whatever feels better for you. Without flinging it, we release the feet, hug the left knee into the chest, right leg raises up to the sky, finding those same circles with the ankle. We let that right foot drop down. We cross the left knee over the right, arms come to a cactus or a T. Take a breath in. On the exhale, we just let the knees fall over to the right, not pushing them all the way down, stopping where it starts to get a little tense for you. And maybe the eyes come over the left shoulder. Same thing here. You'll feel the twist unravel a little bit more as gravity takes your knees down. Sending those exhales to the area of the back or the obliques where you feel the stretch. And then relaxing that area. Using the core and the breath, we raise the knees up. Hug the knees into the chest. Hands come underneath the thighs. Find a few rocks the length of the mat. Maybe curving the spine, massaging the upper back. And when you feel ready, we're going to end in high boat pose. Sitting up nice and tall, back is nice and straight. Maybe we extend those arms to the top of the mat. Good, gazes are the big toes. We lower down to low boat. Find your high boat again. 3 times here. Core engaged. Raising yourself up. And then we relax the knees down. Hands come to the knees. Find a few seated cat-cows. So as we inhale, we open the knees, draw the chest forward, roll the shoulders away from the ears. And then maybe find a gaze up. On the exhale, we round through the spine, lean back, separate the shoulders. Even linger here if that feels good. Stretching open the shoulder blades. We inhale up, open the knees. We exhale, roll down, separate the shoulders. Inhale up. Exhale down. Maybe shut down your eyes here. Take a few more on your own. Finding any movements that feel good for you. We draw ourselves up and we come to an easy cross-legged position. Sitting nice and tall on both sit bones. We inhale the arms up. On the exhale, right fingertips plant, left arm comes up and over, and use your right fingertips to push that left sit bone into the mat. Try not to collapse on the right side, so we're sitting up nice and tall, and the gaze is under the left armpit. And let's extend that out a little bit with a moving meditation. So we inhale, circle forward. Inhale the arm up, and then maybe a deeper bend there. You can walk the right fingertips out a little bit more. Inhale to the front, and then take the bend again. One last one, inhale to the front, lower down. Circle it up, walk the fingertips out a little bit more, and intensify that stretch. We return to center, the left arm drops down. We inhale, the arms up, nice and tall. On the exhale, left fingertips plant, right arm comes up and over. The eyes can come underneath the right armpit. Using the left fingertips this time to push the right sit bone into the mat, sitting up nice and tall and not collapsing on that left side. Same moving meditation. We inhale, circle forward, up, walk the fingertips out a little bit more, take a deeper stretch. We inhale, forward, up, walk the fingertips, intensify the stretch. One last one, we circled it down and forward, up, we walk the fingertips out even more, and then take the deepest stretch out of all those. We come back to center. Let's hug the right knee in, left leg extends out. We inhale the right arm up. On the exhale, we're gonna hook it on the inside of that right knee and then take a little twist. So the left hand drops behind you and twist towards the left. Gaze can come over the left shoulder. Using your elbow to torque here. We're going to go for the opposite twist. So we inhale that left arm up. This time we wrap it around the right leg. Right hand plants behind you. Finding your gaze over the right shoulder. Take a twist. Sitting up nice and tall. We unravel ourselves back. And let's switch legs. So hug the right knee in. Right leg extends out. Keep a flex in the foot. This time we inhale, left arm all the way up. On the exhale, we hook it on the inside of that left knee. Sit up nice and tall. And then take a little twist. Using that elbow to torque your twist a little bit more. Maybe your gaze is over the right shoulder. Counter twist. We inhale the right arm up. This time we hug the right arm around the left knee. Left hand plants behind us. Taking that opposite twist. We can look over our left shoulder. And then we unravel ourselves back down. Cross the legs, roll over, find your tabletop pose. Walk yourself to the center of your mat. Fingertips are spread nice and wide and tented underneath your shoulders. Knees are underneath your hips. Let's find a few cat-cows. So on an inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, and maybe drop the chest. On the exhale, push everything away. Around the spine, open the shoulder blades, cat back. Inhale, drop. Exhale, push it away. Inhale, drop. Exhale, push it away. Closing down the eyes again if that feels good. Adding in any movements that feel good for you. We'll walk the hands towards the top of the mat. Hips stay high. We lowered the chest down. You can drop your third eye to the mat, stretching out the shoulders. Or you can come to your puppy pose by hovering, touching your chest and your chin to the mat, glancing at the top of your mat. Finding a few breaths. We walk the hands in towards our shoulders. Toes come to tuck. Let's find our 8-point stance, so we send the shoulders past the wrists. Tuck the elbows in towards the rib cage. Drop the chest and chin to hover. Hips are going to stay high. We slither our hips forward. Maybe finding an unsupported cobra. And release it down. Inhale back up. And release it down. Left arm's going to extend all the way to the left side of you. Use your right fingers to prop you up. We're going to roll over to our left, bringing that right leg behind us, taking a little shoulder stretch here. Roll yourself back. Third eye comes to the mat, hands right above your shoulders. Inhale up, unsupported cobra. And release yourself down. This time, right temple comes to the mat. That right arm extends all the way out to the right side. Use your left fingertips to roll yourself over. So we roll our body to the right. At the same time, that left leg plants behind us, taking a shoulder stretch on this side. We unravel ourselves back down. Hands plant under our shoulders. Push yourself up to your tabletop, then open the knees wider than the hips. Drop the sit bones down, coming to your child's pose. Maybe using your fingertips to push your sit bones down, stretching out the lower back a little bit more. We raise ourselves up. Find your tabletop pose again. Toes tuck this time. Push the ground away. Get strong in the shoulders first. And then we hover the knees. Maybe finding a few rocks back and forth. Getting nice and strong in those shoulders and arms. We send the hips up and back. Finding your first down dog. Not worrying about your alignment. Just starting to warm up the legs. Pedaling it out one at a time. Let's take a little moving meditation here. So we roll forward into our high plank on our inhale. On our exhale, we drop the knees to hover. And then inhale, send it back up to your down dog. And we're going to do 5 of these together. We inhale, roll forward, high on the toes, shoulders past the wrists. Drop the knees to hover. Send the hips back. Find your down dog. We inhale, roll forward. Exhale, drop the knees to hover. Send the hips back, send them up, down dog. Inhale, roll forward. Hover the knees. Hips go back and up, downward facing dog. Last one, we roll forward. Knees come to hover. Send the hips back. Downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Taking a few breaths here. Nice big breaths in through the nose. Showing yourself gratitude, thanking your body for showing up today and what it's doing for you physically. On the exhale, we relax the brain, release the tension, release the stress. We inhale, left leg up to the sky. On an exhale, we tiger curl it in, hug it into the chest, push the ground away. We send it back. Hug it in, send it back. Inhale it in. This time push the ground away a little bit. Plant that left foot in between your hands. Relax the right knee down, untuck the right toes. You can raise yourself up, opening up your stance, maybe walking that left foot out a little bit more. Relaxing your hands on your thigh. And just taking your time to rock into your crescent lunge here. Coming in and out of it. Letting the shoulders fall away from the ears. We circle the arms up. Take a big breath in. Trying to frame out the face with your arms and then relax the shoulders away from the ears by turning in the pinkies. Good, let's slice it open to the left. Inhale back up. Slice it to the left. Inhale it back up. Slice it open to the left. Inhale it back up. Maybe we go the opposite direction to counter that. So we can slice it open to the right, and then maybe this time right hand comes to the right thigh, left arm up and over. Taking little counters. Slice here. We inhale the arms up, release them down, frame out the left foot, walk the hands back, find a flex in that left foot, hips are over the right knee. Rock the foot side to side, warming up the hamstring a little bit. We walk the hands under the shoulders, take a breath in, create some space. And then maybe we elongate the hands to the top of the mat, fold over the left leg. Option to take a twist. Right hand would plant, left arm raises up to the sky, roll up in the left shoulder. We'll drop that left hand on the inside of the feet. Bring a slight bend into the leg, to the left knee. Right hand plants this time. So you can plant both hands. Then we're gonna swoop that left leg around to the back of us. So get light on the left, swoop it all the way around, kickstand the right leg. You can drop that left leg down, or you can elevate it, modified side plank. Really opening up that left shoulder. We drop the foot down, we get light on the right fingertips, arms come to a T, and then we take a fold over to the left, right arm overhead, and towards the back of the mat. You cartwheel the hands back to the mat, coming to your tabletop pose. The toes tuck under, the knees hover off the mat. We send the hips back and up, coming to your down dog pose. If you want to check your alignment, we roll forward, sending the shoulders past the wrists. This is where you adjust your hands, adjust your feet. We drop the knees to hover, and then we send the hips back and up. Chest towards the thighs, armpits towards the thighs. We glance in between the thighs. Right leg inhales up to the sky this time. On the exhale, we tiger curl it in, knee to chest. We send it back out. Tiger curl it in, push the ground away. Send it back out. Last one, we tiger curl it in, push the ground away, and this time that right foot's going to plant in between our hands. We release the left knee down, untuck the toes. Same option here, hands can relax on the thigh. Option 2, walk your foot out a little bit more, sinking into your crescent, sinking into that right hip. Letting the shoulders fall away from the ears. Checking in with yourself. How are you feeling? Inhale, gratitude. Thank yourself for the practice. On the exhale, let the tension fall away. Let the worries fall away. Let that nervous energy fall away. When you feel ready, we circle the arms on the inhale to the front and up, coming to our crescent lunge. We inhale. On the exhale, we slice it open to the right. Inhale back up. Slice it open to the right. Inhale it back up. And we slice it open to the right. We inhale it back up, and maybe we find that counter twist here. So we turn towards the left. Left hand comes to left thigh. Right arm up and overhead. We come back to center. We inhale the arms up one last time. Elongate through the sides. Elongate the arms out. And then we frame out the right foot. Send the hips back. Walk the hands back. Find a flex in that right foot. We'll start to wake it up by wiggling it right and left. Hands can come under the shoulders. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Create some space. On the exhale, we walk the hands towards the front, folding over that right leg. We bring the gaze up. If you'd like to take a twist here, that left hand plants, right arm raises up to the sky. Rolling open the right shoulder. When we drop the right hand, we plant it on the inside of that leg. Bring a gentle bend into that right knee. Push the ground away. We're going to sweep that right leg all the way to the back of us, kickstand the left leg, and then raise that right arm up to the sky. You can relax the leg down if it's too much, or you can elevate it, engaging the core, testing your balance. We drop that right hand down. We come back to our tabletop. We open the knees wider than the hips, set the hips down, walk the hands forward, find your child's pose. Reconnecting with your breaths here, making the inhales and exhales a little bit longer, not so choppy. We raise up, find your tabletop pose, tuck the toes this time, hover the knees, big generous bend in the knees, send the hips back. And then gaze to the top of the mat, hop, step, or walk your way up, however you want to get there. Once you arrive, take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take a fold. Bring a big, generous bend into the knees. Let your chest connect with your thighs. Grab opposite elbows and start swaying right to left. Let the head hang in ragdoll. If it feels better to straighten the legs a little bit and hang, you can do that too. We release the grasp of the elbows. Let the head hang. Shake it yes and no. Let the fingertips hang, and then we bring a generous bend in the knees. Gently roll up one vertebrae at a time. The last thing to lift is the crown of the head. We take a breath in, circle the arms up. On an exhale, we bring hands to heart space. Hands down at your sides, Tadasana Mountain Pose. Take a few breaths here. Let's inhale the shoulders up to the ears. On the exhale, release it down. Feel the tension melt away. One more time, we inhale the shoulders up. Exhale. Good. We circle the arms up. Inhale. On the exhale, we swan dive down, lead with the chest. Nice and slow. Once that breath is all out, we take an inhale, create some space, flat back. Exhale, take a fold. Fingertips plant. Let's send the right foot all the way to the back of the mat. You can walk your hands to frame out the foot. We're going to find first our right heel, so spin it down so it's parallel to the back of the mat. Get a little light on your fingertips. Arms come up, big inhale. On the exhale, we find our warrior two pose. Pinching the shoulder blades together, gaze can come over that left middle finger. Good. On inhale, we lean a little forward. We reverse warrior, so flip that hand, send it back, up and overhead to the back of the mat. Right arm down the right leg. We inhale ourselves back up to our extended side angle. Left arm, a left thigh. Roll open the right arm up. Right shoulder rolls open. Maybe we hug it by creating a line from our right finger to our right toe. We bring that arm to hug in towards our right ear. We inhale up, straight that front leg, flip the wrist, peaceful triangle, left arm comes back and over. We inhale forward with straight legs, hips go back, upper body comes forward, take a pause. Wherever it feels good to drop that left hand, right arm's gonna raise up to the sky. We inhale ourselves back up. That left foot's gonna pivot towards the right side of your mat. Toes out, heels in. We inhale the arms up. On an exhale, we sink the seat, finding our goddess pose. Tucking the belly, tucking the tailbone in. Taking movement if it feels better than standing still. We drop our right elbow to our right thigh. We come back. Left elbow, left thigh. Return. Right elbow, right thigh. Return. Last one. Left elbow, left thigh. Return. We inhale the arms up. On the exhale, we sink a little deeper this time in our goddess. We inhale up, straighten the legs, feet parallel to each other, flat back, find a wide-legged fold. Taking any movements here, hands can come forward, finding a wide leg downward facing dog. Hands can come behind you, little straddle fold. Trust yourself, you're not going to fall over, weight is in your heels. We plant the fingertips underneath the nose. We walk the hands towards the top of the mat. Heel toe that left foot out to the outer edge. Hands plant, find a few rocks back and forth. You can stay here or you can drop that right knee down, untuck the toes. Taking a few breaths here. Same thing, sending the exhales to the area where you feel the stretch the most. Trying not to hold your breath. One last breath here. We walk the hands back, find a flex in the left foot. We take another runner's lunge, this time a wide-legged one. So just walk the hands forward a little bit. Stretching out the hamstring. We bring ourselves back, generous bend in that left foot. Tuck the right toe, hop the right knee up, fingertips plant underneath your nose. We hop that right foot up to meet the left. Toes out, heels in. We sink the seat, coming to our Malasana pose. Elbows are pushing open the knees. Heels are on the mat, back is nice and tall. We drop the hands down first. We raise the hips up, feet parallel to each other. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take a fold. Shake the head yes, shake it no. Let the fingertips fall on the mat, let the hands fall on the mat. Generous bend in the knees and we gently roll up one vertebrae at a time. Last thing to lift is the crown of the head. We inhale the arms up. On an exhale, hands to heart space, Tadasana mountain pose. Same thing here, we inhale the shoulders up. Give yourself some gratitude and thanks. On the exhale, we let the tension fall away. We let the worries fall away. We let the negativity fall away. We root to rise, circle the arms all the way up. On the exhale, swan dive with a flat back. Go slow as you can go. Take an inhale, halfway lift, once you're there. Exhale, fold down. Fingertips plant. This time we send that left foot all the way to the back of the mat. Walk the hands back a little bit. Take a look at that left foot and spin the foot down so the heel's connected with the mat and the foot is parallel to the back of the mat. We ground down into our feet. We inhale the arms forward and then slice it open to your warrior two here. Pinching the shoulder blades together. Knees can come over that right middle finger. We go to our reverse warrior, so we lean a little forward, flip that right hand. Right hand comes up and overhead, left arm down the left leg. Eyes are under the right armpit. We inhale up, find our extended side angle, right thigh, right elbow, and then inhale that left arm up, maybe hug the ear with it. Take that intense side stretch. We inhale ourselves up, straighten the front leg, lean a little forward, flip that right hand up and overhead, peaceful triangle. We send it back. Inhale yourself up, hips go back, upper body goes forward. Take a pause, and then let that right hand fall to your shin, a block, or your thigh, wherever it feels good. Then we roll that left arm up, roll open the left shoulder. We drop that left hand down. Oh, sorry. We pivot towards the left side of the mat. Toes out, heels in this time. We inhale the arms up. Gotta stay humble. Exhale, sink the seat into your goddess pose. Taking a second to either widen or shorten your stance here. Back is nice and tall. We hug the hips in. We find right elbow, right thigh. And up. Left elbow, left thigh. And up. To the right side. Up. To the left side. Up. We inhale the arms up. On an exhale, we sink the seat even more, a little deeper this time. Inhale everything straight. Toes pivot so they're parallel to each other. Take a nice wide-legged fold. Take a breath in and out. Either doing the same thing on this side, or you can find some twists, maybe by walking the hands to the right foot, maybe to the left. We walk the hands underneath the nose. We walk them to the top of the mat. This time we're going to heel toe that right foot to the outer edge. Hands plant. Find a few rocks. We let down that left knee, untuck the toes. Sitting in your lizard for a few breaths. One last breath here. We start to walk the hands back, send the hips over the left knee, find a flex in that foot, and then just walk the hands forward in your wide runner's lunge. We bring a bend into the right knee. We walk the hands forward. Left toe tucks, left knee raises. We shift it up, hop it up to meet the right. We take a second, turn the toes out, heels in, sink the seat, find your Malasana pose. Hands drop down, we send the hips up, feet pivot parallel to each other. You can stay here, you can take a flow, hands plant, right leg goes back, left leg goes back. Find your high plank pose first, send the shoulders past the wrists, lower down halfway, tuck the elbows, and then find any cobra of your choice. Meeting in our downward facing dog. If you're standing at the top of the mat, still in a fold, plant the hands, send the feet back, then flip the hips up to your downward facing dog. Good, big generous bend in the knees, come to the tiptoes. We look to the top of the mat, hop, step, or tiptoe your way up. Once you arrive, take an inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold. Root to rise, circle the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart space. Relax. We get a little heavy in our right foot, maybe spread the toes apart. We inhale that left knee up. Nice and strong in that right leg. It's okay to bring a bend into it. We're going to send that left leg back. Chest lowers at the same time, coming to your warrior three pose. Option 2, take peace fingers on the mat, or to come to a block. We drop the fingertips down, we drop that left toe behind us. Toe out, heel in, walk the hands back. Take a second, halfway lift. Make sure the hips are rotated towards the top of the mat. So left hip forward, right hip back. Find your pyramid pose. We walk the fingertips back to the top of the mat. Find your peace fingers first. Pop back up into your warrior three pose. And then we drop that left foot down to meet the right. Gently roll up one vertebrae at a time. Maybe shake out the legs. We circle the arms up. Maybe hips forward this time, slight back bend. Exhale, hands to heart space. We get a little heavy on our left foot. Maybe spread the toes to grasp the mat. We inhale the right leg up. We go to our warrior three from here. So that right leg goes back. Upper body drops. Every side is different, so don't judge yourself. Hips are square towards the mat. Toes are down to the mat too. We release the fingers down, drop the right foot behind us, toe out, heel in, walk the hands back. Take an inhale, halfway lift, create space. On an exhale, we make sure that left hip goes back, right hip goes forward. And we find our pyramid pose on the left. We bring a bend into the left knee. Walk the peace fingers up to the top of the mat. Pop the right leg up into your supported warrior three for 1 second. And then drop that right foot so it's right next to the left. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. We plant the fingertips, walk the feet together. Come to a toe stand. Your options here are to let your fingertips support yourself on the mat. You could try to let them hover. Back gets nice and tall, and maybe knees drop down a little bit. Hands can stay on your thighs. Hands can stay at heart space. We drop the fingers in front of us. We keep the feet where they are. We open up the knees. Kind of like a standing happy baby pose, right? Maybe we plant our hands down, drop the chest down. Maybe we find our forearms. Rounding through the back here, opening up the shoulder blades, opening up the hips. We come back to our hands, we glance at our hands, we set the heels down, find your sit bones. Let the feet go out. Maybe shake out the knees a little bit. Sitting nice and tall in staff pose, we flex the feet. We inhale the arms up, nice and tall. On an exhale, we bring them forward. And then start to lean back a little bit, start to round through the spine. Inhale back up, touch the toes. Exhale, start to lean back a little bit more. Inhale back up, touch the toes. Start to lean back a little bit more. And we got one more in us. Inhale back up, touch the toes. Exhale, really round through the spine. This time letting yourself all the way down to the mat. Once you're there, cactus out the arms. Walk the feet to the outer edges of the mat. Find a few windshield wipers side to side. We hug the knees into the chest. This time maybe wrapping your hands around your shins or grabbing your feet, bringing your head and shoulders off the mat. Finding rocks if that feels good still. We relax the head and shoulders down. Hands can come to a cactus or down by your sides. We extend the legs up, coming to your waterfall pose, finding a flex in the feet, so toes are towards your head. Lower back is connected on the mat. We drop the hands down by our sides. We bring a flex in that right foot and we lower it to hover. We bring it back up. Lower the left leg to hover. And we'll bring it back up. Right side. Left side. We hug the knees in, let the feet drop. Walk them up towards the sit bones. Maybe feel your heels with your fingertips. And then relax the feet, the hands on the side of you. We take a breath in, we prepare. On the exhale, we send the hips up. Grounding down into the feet, knees stay in towards each other. We lower our hips down, find a few windshield wipers side to side with the knees. We'll walk the feet in one more time towards our sit bones. Check the alignment, so graze your heels with your fingertips. Good flat feet on the mat. We ground down, take a breath in. On the exhale, this time we raise the hips up. Grounding down into the shoulders, the bottom of the neck. Maybe it feels good to roll the shoulders underneath or clasp the hands underneath you, raising the hips even a little higher. We release the clasp, release the hips down, find a few windshield wipers side to side. We allow the knees to open, bring the soles of the feet to touch. Let's take left hand to our heart, right hand to our belly, and maybe shut down your eyes. Take 2 nice big breaths in and out, feeling the breath go through your body. Feel the belly rise, the ribcage rise, the chest rise. And then feel it all sink down. Maybe you can feel your heartbeat also. Keeping the eyes shut down. Release the hands up overhead. Find opposite elbows. Take a second to let your shoulders connect with the mat. On our next inhale, we raise the upper body up, arc it over to the right. Upper body comes back first. We change the grasp of the elbows. Take a breath in, let the shoulders connect with the mat. On our next inhale, we arc the upper body over to the left. Return back to center. We release the elbows, hands come to the thighs, gently close up the knees like pages of a book. Take one last hug in. Stretch through the back, the bottoms of the feet. Hands released to a cactus or a T. Find your waterfall pose. Pointing and flexing the toes, maybe rolling out the ankles. We flex that right leg, lower it down to the mat, all the way down. We flex the left leg, lower it all the way down to the mat. Once the feet get there, open them up nice and wide. Let the toes fall out. Inhale the arms up, clasp the hands, push it away. So touch the ceiling with the palms, stretch through the arms and the shoulders. We unclasp the hands, drop them down to your sides, palms face down. Take a second, walk your shoulders away from your ears. Connect the lower back to the mat. Let's find 2 breaths. Relaxing everything. On your last inhale, thank yourself for your practice today. Show yourself some gratitude and kindness and appreciation. On the exhale, let all the worries, the negativity, every last bit of it just fade away. I recommend you stay in Shavasana 10 minutes, 5 minutes, as long as you possibly can. Try not to rush off your mat. Try to keep that peace that you've created for yourself, that energy. At the end of your Shavasana, find a little movement, maybe with your head or your toes, dropping your head side to side. We walk the feet in towards the center of the mat. Right arm goes up overhead. Take a breath in here. On an exhale, we let the knees fall over to the right, coming to our fetal pose, using our right arm as a pillow. We take 2 breaths here, through the nose, out through the nose. Keeping that peace, using your hands to guide you up. Walk yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Not rushing, taking your time to get there. Find both sit bones. Hands can fall at your legs or your thighs. Let's inhale, shoulders up to our ears. Say thank you to yourself. Exhale, relax, release it all away. Inhale, the arms up. On an exhale, we find peace hands. Prayer hands drop to our chest. We drop the chin towards the chest and round at the spine. Thank you so much for sharing a practice of gratitude with me today. Thank you for sharing your time with me, your light with me, and your self-care with me. Please take your light and share it with the world today, tomorrow, and the next day. Namaste. Thanks, guys. Happy weekend. Hope you feel good. I feel much better now, so hope it continues for you over the weekend. Namaste.